How's it going, everybody? Welcome to General Hospital Envy, my GH after show. Let's cut to the chase. Elizabeth. As you know, her rapist is out of jail, and this turn of events is leaving Elizabeth feeling some type of way, obviously. In addition to that, it's also been giving Franco something to think about. Years ago, Franco made Sam believe that he raped her, and it seems that he was feeling a little bit guilty over it. When he bumps into her at the hospital, he decides to have a conversation with her about it, and honestly, it couldn't have sounded more unsincere. I don't know if Roger Howarth meant to play it this way, but he made Franco seem like he was choking on the apology. In fact, when he first said the word apologize, he could barely get that word out of his mouth. He was practically choking on the word. That's what I saw. Anything that came out of his mouth after that, I couldn't watch. This is the exact reason why Franco will never appear to me as a redeemed character. Roger is not making it work for me, and neither are the writers. Furthermore, another frustrating thing about the storyline is that Elizabeth should be the main focus. This storyline was pivotal to the character's history on the show, and it almost appears that it's being told through Franco's point of view. We did get a confrontation scene between Elizabeth and Tom. To backtrack a bit, Franco actually went to Tom's house and choked him and threatened him. So even that confrontation was more so about Franco than Elizabeth dealing with her past. Just so you guys know my stance on Elizabeth. You guys know I'm a J-Sam fan, but I am also an Elizabeth fan. I think what the writers have done to the character over the past few years is absolutely abysmal. She just wants a character I adored. Never like Jason and Liz, but I loved Elizabeth as her own character. And when I heard that they were doing this storyline, I was like, finally, they're giving this girl some meat to work with. And it's like, they're wasting it. They're making it all about Franco. That's just gonna make me hate that character even more. In a story where it should be Rebecca Herbst's time to shine, this is what it is. Okay, anyway, moving on. We're gonna talk about Alexis, because Alexis and Tom had a bit of a rendezvous. Kinda, not really. Alexis and Jax go out for drinks somewhere kind of on the outskirts of Port Charles, just to get away from it all. Alexis tells Jax that she wants to stay there and to go on without her, just to check her email and stuff. Really, she just wants to get wasted. Tom shows up at that bar, automatically starts flirting with Alexis. We cut to the next day where Alexis is in some scummy hotel room. We can hear the shower running in the bathroom. It was obvious that the writers wanted us to believe that Alexis and Tom hooked up. Turns out Tom was nowhere near that hotel room. They flashed back. We saw that yes, they were getting drunk together. Yes, he was flirting with her. But when he found out Alexis kinda knew Franco, he was out of there so fast. Apparently Alexis got herself that hotel room. She was going to take a shower, but then she passed out before she could. Ended up flooding the bathroom. Jax actually manages to track Alexis down. Jax confronts her at the hotel, tells her that she has a drinking problem. He says that he's gonna call Molly, Christina, and Sam so that they can have an intervention for her. Just one problem, Jax. You spilled some secrets to her the day before. Mainly, you got the ball rolling with Nelle's parents to have her be the kidney donor. There's still some missing parts to that story, all in due time, hopefully. But basically, that keeps Jax from calling Alexis's family. Jax eventually goes back to Carly's house where Jocelyn is trying to play matchmaker with them, and it maybe kind of sort of works. Jax and Carly end up kissing, and you guys, back in like 2009, I was such a big CarJax fan. I loved seeing Carly so kick-ass and happy. Of course, there were some hard times, but you know, it was a side of Carly that we didn't really see for a long time. Elsewhere in Port Charles, Valentin, Anna, and Griffin are in a custody battle for little Charlotte. They each make their case. Unfortunately, despite Valentin's alleged criminal activities, he's still in custody. Turns out Charlotte likes the guy a lot. He even knows that he's her real dad. Valentin has some choice words for Anna, and they are in Spanish, and it shocks her to her core. You know, obviously I'm thinking that whatever their connection is probably most definitely happened off screen. It's been a while since I've seen Anna's original story, but I think at one point, Anna was living in like a Spanish village somewhere. That's where she met Filomena, aka Robin's grandmother, the woman who raised her the first 7 years of her life. So if I were to guess, maybe Valentin is someone from that time. That's just never been mentioned before. I'm definitely intrigued. Here was a fun moment. Bobbie kind of catches Nelle being a little bit shady and confronts her. Unfortunately, it backfires on Bobbie because Carly and Michael are up to bat for Nelle. It's obvious, at least to the audience, that Nelle is not someone that they can trust. Definitely obvious to Bobbie. I'm just dying to find out what her real motive is. Let's move this along. But some exciting news came from that segment. Bobbie Spencer is apparently going to be working at General Hospital again. Woo! Which is exciting to know that Bobbie is going to be a nurse. The only downside to that is that the doctors and the nurses on a show called General Hospital don't really ever get seen. Unless you're like Finn or Griffin. And actually Finn quit GH, so there's that. Let's work on a way to utilize the doctors and nurses perhaps. You know, General Hospital. That's the title. Just saying. Oof, I threw some shade at the show this week. I'm sorry. I hope I'm not alone in this. I'm actually curious as to what you guys think of the show's current state at the moment. What you think could make the show better. Perhaps if there's a way to get this across to the writers to kind of let them know that we really care about the show. We want so much more than what they're giving us right now. But alright, I will catch you guys next week. See you later.